So we did a couple of confined areas just to the west of Stave Lake, one at Pine Lake and one just to the east of Alouette Lake. And then we decided to come up this rather nice valley to do some underslung loads, or long lining as it's also known here. And yeah, started out with a little weight and then moved up to a big tree. And yeah, managed to do that for, well, we've been flying for 2 hours now, so yeah, 1 hour of underslung loads, long lining, and then we're just taking in the views at this point.
Nice. You feeling a bit cold there?
A little bit. We've only just put the door back on, so I'm a little bit cold. I mean, been hanging out the side of the aircraft for an hour, so
yeah,
I put an extra jacket on just to try and warm up, plus the gloves.
Fantastic.
But not bad.
Yeah, awesome. What made you come all the way out here from the UK?
So I, as you may remember, I was in the UK military, and it just wasn't really working out, so I decided to leave. And I started to look around Europe and around North America and whatnot to see what the best sorts of flying schools are. And to be honest, Canada quite quickly became a #1 contender. The landscape being one thing, the hours required and the sort of joining requirements being another. And then there was a good friend of mine called Tom Cummings, you might know him. He also came to BC Helicopters, and he could not recommend it more. So myself and another mate of mine decided to join here, and started the course in January. And to be honest, not looked back. It's been fantastic. I mean, again, the scenery to do long lining is just unbeatable, to be honest. But it's not just long lining that we do either. Like I mentioned, confined areas earlier. We do circuits around here, navigation. It's just every flight I just find indescribable, absolutely brilliant. And having been here now for what, 2.5 months, I suppose, at this point, never ever looked back. Absolutely brilliant.
Amazing.
Love
Canada. So next question is, where do you kind of see yourself going? What kind of areas do you see yourself working in? And with that question, I take it that you are planning to work in Canada.
Oh, 100%, yeah. So I've got a 2-year working visa. As soon as I finish the course, that'll get activated. So for 2 years, I can live and work in Canada. And assuming I get a job for long enough, I can then extend that a bit further. So fingers crossed for that. But in terms of work, lifelong ambition for me has always been to be an air ambulance pilot, EMS as it's known. But I appreciate you need a fair few hours for that, so I think initially I'm quite happy to do anything, but I do know that there's all sorts of, I suppose that's another benefit of Canada actually, there's all sorts of jobs in the industry, and I'm particularly interested in
Avalanche.
It's kind of wildlife conservation. I appreciate there's a few jobs there, so flying around in an MD 500 or a 530, tagging moose and reindeer and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, to be honest, initially I'm quite happy doing just about anything. So yeah, it's probably going to be a trip up to the Yukon or into the wilderness initially to get one of those jobs.